Okay, our group is going to be discussing hunger and nutrition today. So the significance of this topic are that food is essential for our bodies, and if you produce energy, carry out chemical processes, develop, replace, and repair cells and tissues, as well as protect against infection and recover from sickness, and you need food, and it's essential to do all of these. Feelings of hunger actually come from a part of your brain called the hypothalamus, and the hunger is important in this part of the brain because you need to know when you're feeling full or when you need to eat. The body cannot function properly if one or more of the nutrients that we need, essential in food, is missing.
Okay, so the consequences of hunger and starvation applicable in the United States is that 15.9 million children under the age of 18 in America are malnourished and do not have access to nutritious foods. Malnutrition has an extreme negative impact on any person, but a child has an increased vulnerability for malnutrition, and it affects them significantly greater than the regular individual, and they also have an increased risk for long-term consequences. On top of that, malnutrition is directly related to impaired cognitive function and social interaction, which greatly influences an individual's ability to succeed in school and in the workplace. Children who do not have an adequate amount of food available to them have been proven to have a poor physical quality and an increased risk for developing chronic health conditions such as anemia and asthma. As a result, the inpatient care rises for the United States, and so does the mortality rate if hunger and starvation remains.
Okay. I researched the Children's Hunger Alliance, which is an organization in Ohio that focuses on not only feeding children, but they also focus on bringing them nutritious meals so that they make sure that they're getting all their essential nutrients. And as well, they educate them about the importance of physical activity and just what you should be eating and what it takes for your body to function optimally. Because if you can imagine the children in Ohio who aren't receiving the amount of nutrients they need to survive also probably don't know that much about what they do need to survive. So they really cover all of their bases here. And they stated their problem on their website. 7,500,000 children in Ohio might not know where their next meal is coming from. And I was shocked by that because that's a lot more than you would think is happening right here in Ohio. You usually imagine that people are starving elsewhere, but it's actually happening right here. And they have bases out of Akron, Cincinnati, Columbus, Cleveland, Dayton, and Toledo.
So we also looked up ways of how to address the issue. But so this information came from the World Hunger Education Service, and this was our internet source that we evaluated. We decided that it was a good source because it was all recent information from 2015, and also they are a worldwide organization, and none of the information we found was contradictory to what we found in the Lifespan Development book. So one of the things that people can do to get help if they are experiencing hunger due to poverty is the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program. This is the SNAP program, and it was formerly what would have been called food stamps, and it helped 46 million people in 2014. It's the most important anti-hunger program that exists in the United States, and it's available to almost all households that have a problem getting enough income and are living on the poverty line. Also, there's the Special Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program for Women, Infants, and Children, which is also known as WIC. And this is for women who are pregnant or have children up to the ages of 5, and they also need to be on the poverty line. The participants receive vouchers and they're able to purchase food with those, and they also get education on purchasing food. Also, there's the National School Lunch Program, and this is open to all children who are enrolled in schools that have this program, and it just depends on their income whether they can get reduced price lunches or free lunches or if they have to pay for it.
And lastly, I looked at the National Student Campaign Against Hunger and Homelessness, And it said that in the United States, those facing hunger are typically near or under the poverty line. And interestingly enough, families with children are twice as likely to face hunger as those without children. Politics and poverty are the biggest influences on hunger in America today. So while the United States has enough land and resources to actually feed everybody who lives in the U.S., the cost is too high for the food for those who are living on or under the poverty line. Land degradation and deforestation of land can also lead to hunger, since the land is used to urbanize areas, and so it can't be used to cultivate crops and agriculture. And lastly, government pressures to use substances such as harmful chemicals that are only beneficial for the agriculture in the short term are encouraged by the government so that they can get crops grown more quickly. And those are damaging to the land in the long run, which eventually leads to hunger since the land is depleted of its natural resources. Thank you for listening to our presentation.